Yo, what up, guys? So, I fucked up one of the other recordings, so now this is my second one. That's how this kind of goes, I think, because I don't know how to edit or anything, so I'm just kind of fucking winging it. This is just kind of like me sitting here fucking recording everything. Alright, so let's go over the basics, I guess, once again. I thought the audio cut out, and then I fucking went and watched the fucking old cut, and apparently it didn't cut out, so everything was fine. But this review is of Star Citizen. You've probably read the title, so you know what this review is. So, yeah, that's what this is going to be on. I had a much better intro in the other one, but we'll just go through it. It's Star Citizen. It's possibly one of the worst games I've ever played. It's buggy as hell. It doesn't even work. It's the bare bones, and it's got a steep price. I think the asking price is like $45. You're paying $45 for an early access game. Now, I'm going to be doing two things in this video. One, I'm going to be shitting on this game for how bad it is. That's the first thing we're going to be doing. The second thing we're going to fucking be doing is ranting about early access games and why I think they're absolutely terrible for the gaming community. Alright, so firstly, I just want to start this off with a little bit of a funny story. My friend told me that this game was like super fucking good and that it was worth getting. I got my tax reforms. I was ready to get a new game that was going to be awesome. Watched the previews for it. I got fucked because, man, did it look way better. As you can tell right now, oof, just a beautiful looking game. I mean, it's a polished piece of shit. Like, I have to give it that. Like, when you're making a game to like totally con people into buying it, like, I have never seen a game look this good doing it. It just has the appeal and the look. Like, holy shit, this is going to be a really good fucking game. It's not. It's not worth the money. It's not. If you're just looking for the point, you know what I mean? That's the point. It's terrible. Don't ever get this piece of shit. As you can tell, I'm already getting frame rate drops. But it's so bad, I can't even describe it. And, like, I'm filled with rage because I spent quite a bit of money on this. And, of course, we're going to get into the early access and why that's shit later, but I spent quite a bit of money on it. And it looked really good, and I think that's just what pisses me off, is that I've spent 3 days trying to get this game to work properly, and I swear I have not had more than 10 minutes of gameplay that wasn't filled with game-breaking bugs, crashes, your ship not working, you flying out of your ship into space, your ship disappearing, your ship not working. I don't even know if my ship is going to spawn. That has been the biggest problem I've run into so far, is my ship will not spawn at the retrieval area. So that's been my biggest fucking problem. I've had tons of problems. I mean, frame rate drops, game crashes, your ship not spawning, all that stuff. It's spawned now, so that's kind of like a little bit of a luck of the draw, considering the fact that the game doesn't work. Probably, I would say the game doesn't work 95% of the time. As you can tell, the elevator just did that fucking shit. So, yeah, there you go. So, yeah, the game is terrible. So, those are all just bugs and glitches that just make this game absolute dog shit. It's got some cool features, though, but it looks so good. Like, you'd look at this game and you'd go, holy fuck, this looks amazing. This looks like the No Man's Sky that we all wanted, but oh my god, is it the farthest thing from that. I just went over all the bugs, and these things happen all the time. Like, all the time, you're going to get this stuff. The frame rate drops, actually not something I run into too much, but what I do run into so much is the actual shittiest bugs on the planet, which is you're doing a task, you like go through this mundane procedure, right, where you're in the spaceship and you have to travel to a distant location that's 30 million kilometers away. You're going through your hyperdrive. It takes, like, I don't know, probably like 5 or 10 minutes to get there sometimes. You get the package and then your game fucking crashes, or you almost get to your other destination and you disconnect and crash and you lose everything. Possibly one of the worst things. In my other review, I gave the game it has potential for an early access based game that's very, very new. This game is an early access based game where, again, it has the potential, but I would just totally be so against buying it just for the fact of how poorly done it is and how it is borderline unplayable. It's just not worth getting into. Alright, so let's see here. I'm going to try to go over a few brief positive things before completely going into a rage, because you guys, I have put hours into this game trying to get it to fucking work, and God does it not do it. So let's just go over some of the positive things real quick. First of all, the HUD display. fucking beautiful. Just like one of the best well done HUD displays I've seen in a spacecraft flying game. And the thing is you could hold F to click on all these things, and it's just awesome. To power down, you could go to the menu, power, self status, comms, weapons, shield, heat, fucking all that crap. Nice voice crack. But you could do all of it, so it's so fucking good in that aspect. You could do all of it. You can manage your shields in the bottom right over here, your HUD display. It's just so good. It's so clean looking, and this is what they wanted. You know what I mean? They wanted to plaster this over all the other garbage. So it's like you walk into this mirage and you see this painting. You're like, oh, it's so beautiful. Then you like touch it, and then like your fingers touch it, and then it falls over, and then there's like just a big steaming pile of donkey shit right behind it, and it's right there, and it smells so bad, and the smell hits you, and oh, you got your fingers a little bit in it, and oh, just it's terrible. And then it gets on your fingers, and then you can't get it off because you're trying to wipe it off, but it's just getting on you even more. You use your shirt. Why did you use your shirt? You don't know, because now it's on your shirt, and now you smell like shit. It's just so bad. But Wait. We're supposed to be doing positives here. We're supposed to be doing positives. So, back to the few positives. It looks good. Also, HUD display is nice, but it looks good, like I said. So let's go through the HUD display. So you hold spacebar, you fly up. A lot of people say the flying is hard. I don't think it's hard. I think you just have to be like a monkey not to understand this basic flying thing. You use your mouse to point your ship, you use E and Q to like do little flippy stuff and all that, and you use A and D to like move your ship in space, because space is like, obviously weightless, so you can use A and D to push it around. It's not too difficult. Now it's actually kind of funny because like I was in you spawn in this really glitchy area that it's like a spaceport that is so hard to get out of. I had to take a friend's ship and get out of it because like my ship would not work. Every time like my ship flew up, it would go into this like thing where it goes like autopilot override engage, because like basically the point is like if you get too close to the ground, it does that to try to get you away, and it just crashes you every single time. So if you're spawning in Lorville, have fun with that because it's terrible. You scroll up on the mouse to like set a limit on how much throttle you want, and then you hold W to engage it, and you go slow by space stations. It's faster in space. Or you hold X to completely stop. It's, yeah, like I said, not very complicated. You can shift to like speed up and all that. As for the main HUD display, I don't think there's a tutorial, so it just kind of throws this at you. You don't know anything about it, like weapons, targeting, all that stuff. I don't fucking know. I haven't even been using it. I mean, the game, I've been more concerned with trying to make the game work. I mean, there hasn't even been a moment for me to really, go in and go, oh, what's that? What's this? I mean, you're just trying to get the game to, like, function properly. I don't know. What's another positive? Some good ideas. I mean, the thing is like, it's really just good ideas. There's not a lot of positives. Like I said, I pretty much covered the two positives of this game. You got good looking graphics, and you've got a nice HUD display on your ship. I guess other things that are kind of decent is nice animations. I would say that this game has nice animations where you could walk through your ship and stuff. If it didn't fucking glitch you out. If you're flying through space, there's a chance that you're going to clip through the bottom of your fucking ship, and then you'll go flying 30 million kilometers away, and then you're like, if you have a partner in here, he'll have to get in, stop the ship at the location, because you can't jump out quantum drive. So once you're in quantum drive, if it's 30 million kilometers away, well, have fun, because if your friend falls out of the ship, well, you better just fucking wait that whole time and then venture on back. So, you got to do that. I mean, but if you're alone, I mean, you're pretty much fucked. Your ship's going to fly away, and that's it. You have to go to a space station to make an insurance claim on your ship, to get a new one and retrieve it, but that's buggy as shit, because 90% of the time your ship won't even go to the goddamn pads, and it'll say, this is an error, we can't get your ship right now, and it's like, try again later. The best way I found around it is you have to exit the game and re-enter the game, and exit the game and re-enter the game like 2 times, and not to mention the loading times are terrible, so that just adds on to the shittiness. Were we doing positives right now? I forgot, because there's really not much, so so let's see. What else is positive? The guns are nice. There's some cool features, I guess. You have a turret mode, so you could have a friend in your turret seat who, like, right, so this is my ship, so I'd be piloting the ship, and my friend would be in this cool little turret thing and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. Again, the animations look nice. I would say the animations look nice if there wasn't a chance to always get glitched out on them. So basically, if you're flying, if you get out of your pilot seat, there is a fat chance that you're going to clip through and you're going to go under your ship and fly out into space again. And just to let you know, your spacesuit is not faster than a ship. So, yeah, your ship will just continue flying in the direction until it hits something and blows up, or it just goes so far you have no chance and you have to kill yourself, spawn at a space station, and go through the retrieving ship process again. So it's beautiful in that aspect. You could get clipped in the turret right here. You could get clipped right here and your guy won't be able to move. If you land on a planet, chances are your frame rates are going to drop and it's going to be garbage. Yeah, so... Alright. I think that's enough of the positives. Let's get into the shit of this game. So basically, from the story that I heard, this was a developer who basically pitched this idea to a company, and then they funded it, and then he posted it as early access, and you know, people loved it. They gave him tons of money on Patreon. I mean, this, if you search up some of the reviews on this game, I mean, it has made so much money. Like, I think $77 million. You know what I mean? I mean, and that's an insane huge sum, and I don't know if that's including how much Patreon money it got. I think it got like 20 million Patreon, which is just out of this world for a Patreon or something like that. So, the fact that you're releasing a buggy game that doesn't work just, like, infuriates me, that you're, like, that this game is still, like, this bad, even for an early access. Let's go over the negatives. I mean, the bugs, the game doesn't even work. I mean, I can't even go over negatives about story or missions, really, because the game just doesn't work to a fundamental core that I can't even review other things because the game is so broken. So I want to go into, I don't want to make this video too long. My videos always end up too long. So I'm just going to give this game a rating. I'm going to give it a 2 out of 10. It's like a 2 out of 10. It's a 2 out of 10. That's what it is. Legitimately, 2 out of 10 is, like, obviously one step away from being just, you don't ever want to play this game, but it is a 2 out of 10. I mean, Jesus Christ, it is bad. 5 is average. So if it's 2, you kind of get a gist of what I'm saying, and hopefully you're not just looking at the pretty graphics right now that I'm showing and you're, like, listening to my words, because it is that fucking bad. 2 out of 10, it's unplayable. You just can't play this game. You can't play for more than 10 minutes without running into some sort of bug. And even when you spawn, there's a chance you're going to run into bugs and problems and get fucked. It's a 2 out of 10. Now, I want to go into something a little else because, you know, I've already explained everything you need to know about the game. It's trash. Don't spend $45 on this. Save up $15. Buy Red Dead 2 or something. Buy a good polished game that actually is good. Buy GTA 5. Buy Red Dead 2. Buy... fuck it. Spend money. No Man's Sky is better than this game. No Man's Sky is better than this game. You know what I mean? Go spend your money on that one if you're looking for a Space Explorer. I wanted to dive into something else because this is not only a game review, but it's an early access bitch rant. Early access fucking sucks. I hate this so much. Early access is basically like sugarcoating shit and shoving it into people's mouths. It's so fucking stupid, and I hate that we're buying games that are early access more and more and more, and I've just started to realize this because, you know, you may be looking at me like, you just bought this game. I did, and I'm angry at myself as well, so I think I'm just as stupid as everyone else, and I think after this game, I'm not going to be really buying early access games anymore because I don't want to support them, alright? I'm going to use, like, an analogy here. Buying early access games is like buying an undercooked burger and eating it and, like, somehow trying to enjoy it. It's like you're eating a raw piece of shit burger that's not finished and you're paying the same price for it. Like, in what realm is that okay? Now, some games do this okay, and this is why some games are exempt. I have Mountain Blade Bannerlord. That is a good game, and the developers are working their ass off to make it functional. Every time there's a glitch, I'm seeing it fixed. I'm seeing them work constantly. I'm seeing updates all the time. Like, legitimately, every other day, I feel like there's, like, I'm looking at updates for this game, and if I don't play for, like, 4 days, I get on, and there's, like, legitimately a 3 gigabyte fix. So they are working tirelessly, so they get a little bit of exempt. But early access games are terrible because what they're doing is they're stealing our money, they're not finishing the titles, and they're taking your money for something that's not finished and not good. We need to stop supporting companies that are doing this because then they do it more and more and more. And I know the other argument, the other side is, well, titles can get more funding to finish the game. And, you know, the thing is, is, I think the majority of the time, that's not happening. Like, you're not getting a good game. You're paying for something that's going to come out half-assed by a 2-person developer team where they don't really care. Like, the guy who just scammed me out of the money that I spent on this game has made money off of me for complete garbage, and he's becoming rich as shit, piling out garbage on an early access game. And also early access means you can't refund it when it sucks, right? See, the thing about Red Dead 2, if you have game-breaking glitches where your game crashes every time you open it, they'll refund you because the game is supposed to work, right? Well, early access, well, what do they throw in the disclaimers? This is early access, it has bugs. So when you go to refund a game because the game-breaking bugs, I can't even open the game, they say, well, it's early access, you bought it. Screw you, right? So you lose even your insurance kind of claim that you get with games that the game is supposed to work. Early access can throw this mask on it where, well, with an early access game, it doesn't even have to fucking work. It just needs to look pretty and people need to buy it, and there you go. It's like going to the movie theater and like watching a preview and expecting to pay $13 for a fucking preview. Like, I don't want to pay $13 for a goddamn preview, okay? Maybe if you sold me on like, well, 50% of this goes to donations or something. Okay, maybe like I'll get the game, but like just to give this guy $45 for crapshoot, like holy shit! Like early access is fucking you. Like I said, there's a few games that are exempt from this. But as a general whole, we need to stop supporting early access as much. We need to not be doing it because, as you could tell, early access games are becoming a bigger and bigger and bigger thing. And that's not because more developer teams are doing stuff. It's because more developer teams are getting lazy and just want the money immediately for a half-thought idea that doesn't work most of the time. So, straight up, guys, that's my early access rant, and that's my review of this game. It's legitimately crap. It's not good. And please make sure to tell your friends and tell everyone not to get this game because it is that bad. You should never touch this game. And please, refrain from early access games in the future unless you have a very reliable source that the early access is actually worth it. Let's support companies that treat us well, not companies like Star Citizen who proceed to fuck the buyer because we give enough trust to these guys. Do not support this company, and even if this game does come out pretty good in the future, I would still refrain from buying it considering that they scammed everyone so fucking hard. It's a bad game. Please refrain from it. Have a great, beautiful day, guys. I hope all of you do well. I have to now exit out because I don't have good editing skills, so I'm going to exit to the main menu and then stop this recording. I love you all. Give you a good fat smooch right here. Good night.